Yo, how's it going everybody? Dawn here and welcome to today's video where I'm going to be doing something completely different from what we've been doing before. Now, it's a new year and I know I'm kind of late. I'm posting a video end of month, which is weird. So happy new year and welcome to 2023. And this year is going to be different for us at Film Therapy, and it's going to be different for you, our viewers. So I decided to start the year by introducing something new to the Film Therapy podcast, not podcast, fuck, to the Film Therapy channel. I just mentioned the podcast. Yes, the podcast is coming. It was supposed to start this month, but it didn't because the co-host that I got kind of backed down, so I have to find a new co-host. I don't want to make it a one-man podcast, so I'm still looking for a co-host, and yeah, once I get one, the podcast will start. So for now, I decided to do something that I've always wanted to do, which is make a course. So I'm going to do a course on screenwriting, and this is going to be the first episode of that course. It's going to be a 10 episode course. So in this course, I'm going to teach you how to write a screenplay from beginning to end. And with all that being said, I guess we can start. Now, I have to make this clear from the get-go. I will not be narrating the course. I feel like my voice is not suitable to make a course, like narrate the whole thing from beginning to end, because I'm gonna get kind of bored midway, so I'm probably not suited for that. So what I decided to do is I could get someone to do the narration and pay them, but I don't want to do that, and I decided to do something else, which is get an AI app. So there's an app that I use that I'm going to use to record the narrations. It's going to use natural voice with TTS to read the whole thing and narrate it to you. So that's what I'm going to do. So just know that every single episode we're going to have an AI narration. It's not going to be a real human being, it's going to be an AI, so just keep that in mind. But it does sound good. It actually does sound good. It sounds British. I picked a voice. It's British. I think it's called Sarah, if I'm not mistaken. I'll check that and confirm. But anyway, that's what I wanted to say before I start. Just know that I won't be narrating the course from beginning to end. There's gonna be like 10 episodes, and I might change the voices here and there just to mix it up. But for now, we started with a female voice. It's British and it sounds really good. So it's going to be narrating the course from beginning to end because I feel like it does it way better than I can. And at the end, I'm going to conclude the video, and yeah, we'll wait for the next one. So for now, I guess we can stop wasting time and just get straight to it. I will tell you what this course is going to be and how it's going to work. So what's going to happen is this is going to be an intro video. We're going to be introducing you to the course where you can learn about like the basics about screenwriting and what to expect from the course. So this is not going to be a full-blown tutorial in this episode. This is going to be an introductory episode. So with all that being said, and let's not waste time, let's just get straight to it. This is writing a screenplay with Film Therapy. Let's get started.
A screenplay is a layout of actions and dialogues found in a story from beginning to end in a chronological order. A script and a story are completely different. A script contains a story, but a story does not contain a script. A script is meant to help directors and actors get a grasp of what they are supposed to do during production. There really isn't any definition of a screenplay. We tried to make it as easy to understand as possible. A screenplay is important for a number of reasons. Some of the reasons are as follows. A screenplay helps the producers make a suitable budget to produce the film. Without a screenplay, you cannot set a budget for your film, because the budget will depend on the script itself. A screenplay gives direction. A screenplay contains the story and the characters. Without the story and characters, you cannot have a film. A screenplay will also help you get the attention of producers. No producers will want to work with you if you don't have a screenplay and its treatment. A treatment is an entirely separate document, and we will discuss it later on during the course. A script is important when trying to produce a film or any other video. A screenplay follows a simple format. Just to give a brief overview, this is what a screenplay looks like. The screenplay, or script, contains three main elements. Scene headings, actions, dialogues. 1. Scene headings. A scene heading is used to indicate the start of a new scene, or a cut to a new scene. The scene heading itself contains three important parts. Type, location, time. A type of scene can be only one of two, either interior or exterior. Interior scenes are those that happen indoors, such as in a house, office, or a plane, or any closed space. An exterior scene is one that takes place outdoors, that is outside a closed space, such as at a park, a field, a road, and more of such. A scene can take place both indoors and outdoors. For example, if the scene starts in a kitchen, and the characters walk outside the house. In that case, you can use both interior and exterior in the same line as shown. The location of a scene is basically where the scene takes place. It can happen in a bedroom, a living room, or any other place. You can use any location of your choice. However, there are rules to this. You cannot use real-life locations. For example, you cannot say NASA headquarters, or John's house, or McDonald's restaurants. You must specify the type of location only, for example, office, bedroom, living room, restaurant, cornfield, and more of such. The time can be as specific as you want it to be. Keep in mind when we say time, we are referring to time of day, such as night, evening, morning, or afternoon. You cannot use numeric or specific time values unless necessary. Most screenplays use only day or night. Day shots are those happening during daylight, and night shots happen during night time. There is no need to specify when exactly. However, you can specify if you want to by using evening, morning, or afternoon. But it is usually preferable to just use day and night. With all that being said, a scene will look something like this. Additional information can be added at the end of the scene heading. Additional information should be added in brackets, and you can only add additional information if it is absolutely necessary. An example is given as follows. This line indicates that the scene establishes something, usually the location. But such additional information is not necessary. However, you can add it if you desire. Another rule to note is that a scene heading must be written in capital letters. You cannot write it in small letters. You can also either bold it or not bold it. But it must be capital letters only. A scene heading should also be aligned to the left side of the page only. You cannot align it to the right. There are some cases where you must align it to the right side of the page, but we are not going to discuss that right now. For now, just know that you should align them to the left. The action is simply a description of what happens in the scene. It can describe the scene, or it can describe the actions of the characters in the scene. The scene action is written in plain text. It is always aligned to the left, and does not contain any special formatting. The rules to writing the action are simple. Never write large paragraphs. This rule applies to almost anything. Large paragraphs make the script hard to memorize or read. You can write the action in small 3 or 4 line paragraphs. Never write unnecessary information. When explaining or describing a scene, never add information that is not important. Try to be as brief as possible while giving enough context. The script is meant to give an idea of what happens. The director and producers will be the ones to worry about the details. The script is always written in present tense. Do not use past or future tense. Dialogue simply refers to everything the characters say in the entire script. Whenever a character says something, either vocally or silently, even if it is just something a character thinks about, it is considered dialogue. Character dialogue contains 3 main elements. Character, parentheses, spoken words. The character is simply the name of the character who is speaking or thinking. The name of the character must be written in capital letters only. The character name can contain numbers and letters only, but it has to be capital letters. Additional information can be added at the end of the name in brackets. Such information is used to describe the type of dialogue. We will not go into too much detail in this episode, but we will in future episodes. For now, we will only focus on the simplest elements to avoid confusion. Now, after the character name, we will have the parentheses. It is always written in brackets, and sometimes it is in capital letters. It is used to describe the emotions or tone of the character. Parentheses are not really necessary, and can be excluded from the script. It will not really matter that much. It is always advised to avoid using parentheses as much as possible. Leave the imagination to the director. Adding parentheses may come off as you telling the director how to do his or her job. Parentheses should only be added if and only if they are necessary. That is, if the description of the emotions or tone is absolutely important. Otherwise, they should be excluded. After the parentheses, we get to the spoken words. This is where you write exactly what the character is saying or thinking. The words should be written exactly the way the character says them. This is a screenshot showing what dialogue in a script looks like. The dialogue is always centered on the page. Some rules that apply to the dialogue include the following. Never write long paragraphs in the dialogue. Actors need to be able to memorize their dialogue, and writing long paragraphs is not going to help with that. It will only make the whole thing harder for the actors. Dialogue should not be written using formal language. Remember, dialogue is used to indicate what the characters say. In real life, people do not use formal language. People make grammar errors all the time. So adding deliberate grammar errors is important since it helps the dialogue feel natural. More on this in future episodes. As mentioned, there is a lot more to the dialogue. However, since this is an introductory video, we will just end it here. All these will be discussed thoroughly throughout the course, so that is something to look forward to. With all this information laid to you, this is a sample script that you can use to see how a script is formatted. The script is written in the simplest way possible, and it will get more and more complex as we learn more throughout the course. Download the PDF on Google Drive using the link in the description. The length of a screenplay is entirely dependent on a number of factors. Some of the factors that may affect the length of the screenplay are as follows. 1. The purpose of the script. The script can be written for different forms of media. A short film, for example, will have a significantly shorter script, of up to 10 pages, when compared to a feature film, which can have up to 120 pages. In short, the bigger the project is, the longer the screenplay is going to be. 2. The style of the script. When we say the style of the script, we are simply referring to the way you write the content of your script. We classify the script in 3 styles. Dialogue-driven script. Action-driven script. Moderate script. A dialogue-driven script is one in which most of the script is composed of character dialogue. For example, if you look at this page alone, you will notice how a lot of what you see is actually character dialogue. This is what we call a dialogue-driven script, which means there is less action and more dialogue in your script. An action-driven script is the opposite of dialogue-driven script. It consists mostly of action lines, and very little dialogue. This style usually requires a lot of explanation and description of scenes and other content in the script. This is a sample page showing an action-driven script. A moderate script is a balance between dialogue and action. It is neither action-driven or dialogue-driven, but somewhere in the middle. Some scenes may be dialogue-driven, while some are action-driven. A dialogue-driven script will normally have less pages compared to an action-driven script. So the more action you write into the script, the more pages you will have to write, hence the longer the script becomes. With a moderate script, a single page usually represents 1 minute of screen runtime. So 120 pages would mean your film is going to be 120 minutes long. This is by no means an accurate way of telling how long your film is going to be. But I often use it to make an estimation of how long it will be. Normally it is close enough. So to summarize this, a short film will have a shorter script than a feature film. An episode will also have a shorter script than a feature film. As a writer, the length of the script you write is entirely dependent on you. You decide what you want to write about, and your story will determine the length of your script. This course is going to teach you how to write a screenplay, often called a script. It does not matter how skilled you are when it comes to writing. Whether you are a beginner, an amateur, an intermediate, this course will help you better your skills. The course is mostly targeted towards beginner-level writers and introducing them to the world of screenwriting. We have made it as simple as possible, while consistently being informative at all times. You can expect a lot from the course. The main focus is turning a beginner writer into a professional writer. The course is designed to make it easy for anyone to learn screenwriting. Now, with this course, you can expect the following: a thorough explanation of what a screenplay is. A very informative course that lays down the foundations of screenwriting for you, and then helping you build on that foundation to better your skills. We will also give you samples for every episode, allowing you to download them and use them to better your skills. We will be writing a screenplay with you the whole time, which will make it easier for you to understand everything we are saying. If there is anything you fail to grasp throughout the course, we also offer private lessons via video calls. Video calls can be done through Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, Zoom, Teams, Duo, or Skype. The private lessons will be charged through Patreon. There is a lot more to expect throughout the course, but we only listed the important stuff. Okay, at first we wanted to sell the course for P100, which is about $10. But we have changed our minds since then, and decided to give you the entire course free of charge. We know what it is like to want something so badly, but not being able to afford it. We are also believers in free education for all, no matter who you are. So we are going to give you all my courses for free, and you will decide how you thank us for it. We do, however, have a Patreon for this channel. Now, on our Patreon, we don't really post much, all you will get is merchandise. You can support us there and get yourself film therapy merchandise, or just make a donation to the channel if you feel like it. We would really appreciate it. You can also pay for private lessons through our Patreon as stated. We also added a link to our PayPal, in case you wish to give a donation. You can donate any amount of money you can afford, from as little as $1. But please, if you are having money problems or any financial problems in your life comes first. Do not make any donation if it hurts you in the process. We hope you benefit from this course, and find it useful.
Well, I really hope you enjoyed this course so far, and I really hope you like the style and the editing and everything. So this is not going to be the only course on the channel. We will make more such courses, which will include the following: making a YouTube video, making a podcast, becoming a good actor, and becoming a good filmmaker. For now, we will only have focus on this course, which will have up to 10 episodes. So the course is meant to help you learn how to write a screenplay for a movie, a series, or anything else that requires a screenplay. We are looking forward to making more videos for this course, and we really hope you learn something from us. Thank you very much for taking your time to watch this video. The next episode will be linked down below, and the entire course will also be linked down below if you need it. My name is Don, and this is Film Therapy. Welcome to Writing a Screenplay online course. I will see you in the next video where we'll be talking about how to get started before you write your first screenplay. That is it for today, and I hope you enjoyed this introductory video. Please leave a like and comment your thoughts down below. Subscribe to show support, and I will see you in the next one. Don out. Bye.